Hello and welcome to the penultimate game. Ooh, let me try that one more time. Hello and welcome to the penultimate place to get your Marvel news, our MCU reviews, and fireside chats on all things Marvel. This is episode 50. Ooh, so close to being a year, guys. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, 52 would be, yeah.
Yeah, so close.
I mean, it's been
It's been a year. Yes.
So it's been almost a year and a half.
Yeah, but a year of content,
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
How have we stretched this this far? This is episode 50 of the Marvel Mondays Initiative, and today's topic is episode 2 of Miss Marvel, titled Crushed. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps us with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit the bell to get all your notifications for all of our shows, like the Penultimate Game Show, the Cross Media Show, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means you have one free sub to give out. And I don't know how to say this. Like, just please. Please. Please just give it to us. I'm begging you. But if not...
Oh, you don't want to beg.
At this point, it's time, Eric. It's time. If not, that's quite all right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben, the director of this channel, and today I am joined by Mr. Movie Reviewer himself, Christian Macias, one third or 1/4 of Podcast BSN. I don't know how many.
Oh, PXN?
Yeah,
1/4.
1/4. Okay.
Yes.
1/4 of Podcast PXN, the master of cinema. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. What a long-winded intro you have for me. I feel like you keep adding things every week, but
I mean, I don't, but I also
keep going.
do. Yeah, I keep doing
Guy
it.
puts
Keep going.
bananas on his peanut butter and jelly. It's Christian. That's gonna be next week.
You put peanut
Probably.
butter.
I don't, but
No, I'm
I
just
don't,
saying
but I'm not against it.
That's
Okay.
what it's gonna be eventually.
All right.
It's gonna turn into something like that. Where he sleeps in his house with 72 degrees on the thermostat. It's
You think I'm rich? You think I'm turning on the heater?
And of course, we have the man that is all things knowing of Marvel and Destiny.
okay.
The person who just had his first Father's Day. The big, I don't know where I was going.
Daddy.
I will. My intro now can just be the Marvel Daddy. We're just gonna do that.
Okay, all right. Let me try
Daddy
this
of
again.
Marvel.
So let me
Daddy
try
of
this.
Marvel, a Marvel Daddy.
Okay, so let me try this again.
Marvelous Daddy.
Ooh, that's actually really good. I like that. Can we take that now?
That's fine. I'm good with it.
The marvelous daddy himself, Eric Segan. Eric, how are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing okay.
Can we see the whole shirt? Can you do a little just lift it a little bit?
Yeah. So,
Oh, look at that.
it's so it says, "Daddy, you are as incredible as the Hulk, amazing as Spider-Man, mighty as Thor. You're as smart as Iron Man, as honorable as Captain America. You are our superhero."
Oh, that's a really good fucking shirt.
So,
That is a cute shirt. What a great
but I
gift.
just wanted the daddy to show. So
Gotcha.
I have
Gotcha.
Marvel Comics Daddy.
All right. How's it going, guys? Eric, how was your first Father's Day?
It was good. Yeah, Tessa had to work, so I had to be dad on my Father's Day. Shocking.
It's crazy.
But it was fine. I watched some more Doctor Who, so it was a good day.
Season 13.
Tessa got me a new wallet for
Oh, hell
Father's
yeah.
Day, which is what I needed. I desperately needed it.
Look at that. You got a picture of you guys together in it. I could see it.
Yeah.
The wedding
That's
picture.
so cute.
If I remember.
Wedding
If I sent you a picture of me, would you put me in your wallet?
It depends. Yeah, sure. I will. I'll put Ruben. I gotta get a picture of you two. Send me a picture of both of you.
Christian, can we find a picture of people in tuxedos at a wedding and just have their arms around them and just Photoshop our faces on them?
Our faces?
Yeah.
Incredible. We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Not season 13, Ruben. To answer your question, I'm going through the whole
Thing
show.
all over?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess it's time to get into some Marvel news for this week.
Oh, hold on.
No,
I have some housekeeping.
my apologies. Housekeeping. I forgot.
A couple of days ago, you and I recorded the Penultimate Game Show where we talked about
Yes, that's
Nintendo Direct stuff.
going up today.
And on it, you plugged in a video I did last week. It's been a week now for the PS Plus games that should come to the new, brand new tier system, whatever. The new
Yes.
PS Plus. It's I don't know. It's been picked up. It's been picking up a little bit. It's got some. I think it's the highest viewership video I've ever done. So
I don't know if that's
congratulations to that one. I think so. Yeah, I think it's
I'll
yeah.
double check that. But
yeah, because it's like over 150 right now, so that's nice. And then today, a new video drop. I was on Kevin Diaz's PlayStation Source. And we did a video together. Like we plugged this channel. And we went over the top games that you need to play right now on PS Plus. So check out those complimentary videos.
Okay. All right.
He likes that Final Fantasy VII at Kevin Diaz.
It does.
I mean, what's not to like? It's great stuff.
Some okay stuff.
Some great stuff.
I love the characters,
Okay.
the story and remake. That's another here nor there.
Okay. All right. I'll allow that. Anything else, Christian?
No, I think so.
Okay. We are doing our final two episode review of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 5 and 6, on Wednesday with the one and only Hugo Panay. And I'm excited to hear what his thoughts are. Maybe he hates it, maybe he loves it. You never know. Stay tuned to find out.
I can say this.
What?
He's excited to talk about it.
Good. I'm excited to
He
talk
said he's
about
gonna
it.
he said he's gonna make fun of me.
I'm excited to finally talk to Hugo on this channel because I haven't actually talked to him on this channel. I haven't done content with him, which is
It's okay. All you got to do is just mention just anything Scorsese. Just mention movies, and he'll be fine. Okay.
anything
He likes
Scorsese
Spielberg.
said.
Spielberg.
Oh,
You like it, yeah.
I mean, what's not to like
Mention
about
a
Spielberg?
movie.
Besides the last movie he did.
What last movie he did?
Spielberg?
Yeah,
West
what
Side
was
Story?
last movie?
Oh yeah, that was not a good movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have not seen it.
good. Neither have I. Anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah. This week in Marvel news. Guys, I don't know if you heard about this, but Kevin Feige decided to drop hints about Phase 4 and the studio's next big saga. And Eric, I guess you could see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I had mentioned to you before that I wanted to make a predictions episode for where the future of the MCU goes, and you immediately shot it down and were like, "Well, we already know where it's going,"
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to tell the audience where it's going?
Well, one can hope, Ruben, that Phase 4 is ending next year, which is wild.
Wow,
crazy.
it's crazy.
I know we're supposed to have like Fantastic Four.
Uh-huh.
I think the last one we have is Guardians 3, if I'm not mistaken, is the
Yeah.
last known movie we have so far.
Was Fantastic Four not 2024?
No, that it's never had a date.
You're right.
They need to find a director first.
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
so I will say that it's looking more and more likely with everything that's going down. We're getting into Secret Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Because in Multiverse of Madness, they literally talk about incursions, which is a Secret Wars thing. And at the end of Multiverse of Madness, Clea comes in and says, "Hey, another incursion is happening, and it's your fault." I pretty much I think that we're getting there. We're getting real close to it.
Right.
Secret Wars also has like a big fight, not big fight, but like one of the big conflicts is Reed versus Doctor Doom. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the big things. So yeah, I definitely like if you just look up Deadline's article about Kevin Feige drops hint about
Yep.
Phase 4 and the next big saga.
Yep. That's what I was reading from.
Yeah, that's just we're pretty much getting there. I know they had that retreat a few weeks ago, or they want to plan the MCU, but it makes sense logically with everything we've had going forward, going to Secret Wars.
Okay. Cool.
Those of you who don't know, Secret Wars comics in the 80s, and then like kind of a different one
Yeah.
in like 2015. So Secret Wars is how we got Black Suit Spider-Man.
People like the new the new story more than the
It was
original.
Yeah, it was really cool because
I think.
that's how Miles Morales became into because they put the universes together. So they used to have like the Ultimate Comics line, and then you had like the main comics line, and then they just got like put together.
So, fun fact, actually, Eric, the last movie that's supposed to happen in Phase 4, as of right now, I'm looking at a couple of websites here. It's saying Fantastic Four and Blade are supposed to be the last two movies.
Well, do we have a Blade director? I know we have a Blade
We
writer.
do have a Blade director. If I remember correctly, they made a big announcement, I want to say last year. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this up.
Because then I know that there's a writer. I know there's a writer for Blade. But I'm not sure if they have.
So, yeah, Blade director Basim Tariq.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's from IndieWire.
You got to imagine those two films are 2024.
I would hope so. Ryan says the old one is kind of fun, but the 2015 one was true madness.
Mhm.
So, we also have.
What do you know, Ryan?
That's-
You're gonna doubt the marvelous daddy? Tell him, Eric.
What he said. Sorry, I had a Coke
Yeah.
and a burp. So,
And apparently, we're also supposed to get. I don't know about this
What's
list.
what?
This is also supposed to be saying that we're getting. So She-Hulk is coming out pretty soon. Echo, we're supposed to be getting. Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Agatha, House of Harkness, Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is kind of like
Oh my god, I'm so fucking ready for that.
Marvel Zombies, as well.
We'll see. Like, this is just stuff they've announced. I don't think it's going to be Phase 4 stuff. Like, so I think next year, the shows it's definitely going to be Secret Invasion. Probably going to get Ironheart because Ironheart's going to show up in Black Panther 2 in November.
Mm-hmm.
So probably going to strike
Okay.
Ironheart hot.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry. Let me. I'm going back to Wikipedia, which gives us She-Hulk is next, Untitled Halloween special, which I'm not sure what that is. I think that's the Michael Giacchino.
When is the
thing that he's
Guardians special?
I think it's going to be this holiday time.
Yeah.
They haven't announced. They announced the Groot show is going to be in August, but that's like little shorts. So it's not like a big deal or anything.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is set to premiere in December 2022.
Yeah.
And then we have Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, and then an Untitled Wakanda series.
I think they're filming Armor. I think Armor Wars is happening next year.
So we'll see.
I have a question.
Yes. What's up?
Is Black Panther done,
Yeah.
or is it close to being done?
Yeah. I think it's done filming.
Oh, the movie. I thought you meant the character.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because that's this November.
Yeah, I think they finished filming.
Okay.
Let me triple check that.
I am checking on that right now.
Like, I'm so curious for that movie.
That's
I can't
one
wait for
where
it.
it's not. It's one of those things where like I'm really excited for it, but not for the movie because I want to see what
They
how-
do? How they
yeah,
do it?
how- yeah.
Sure.
Filming finished March 24th.
Got it.
Interesting.
Oh, then yeah.
We'll see.
You got to imagine it. Yeah, they'll be ready by November. If they have to do like a few reshoots, like they got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya is supposed to be back in it. That's
Cool.
what Feige said. So.
Let's hope. That's all the Marvel news that I found.
I have something, but it ties into the topic of the show, so I'm going to say it for there.
Okay. I have something here from the direct, but I don't really know if that's.
Oh, MCU the Direct?
Hey.
Nah,
No,
they're
just-
just kind of clickbaity.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just
Good night, baby girl.
regular stuff. You know.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, you was talking to me.
He did say baby girl.
Good night. Ah.
Babies are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Um.
Also, news. Don't forget, Multiverse of Madness drops on Disney Plus Wednesday.
Is that true?
Yep, that's true.
Huh.
I don't believe
Interesting.
you. Just kidding. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you.
Okay. Huh. I guess that means we're getting into the topic of the show, which
Oh, we're
is
definitely gonna get Loki season 2 next year too.
let's
There's
hope.
no doubt about that, yeah.
Let's fucking hope. You know.
They're keeping that news low key.
Wait, I heard that joke before.
I mean, who hasn't? Come on.
Christian has said that joke before on the show multiple times.
Okay, that's probably where I heard it from. Okay, sorry. Gosh, why are you jumping on my fucking throat like this? Jesus, just
You were about to say something else, weren't you?
no,
Yep.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. Wow. So episode 2, titled "Crushed." What do we think about this, guys? Eric, let's start off with you.
Another good episode. Another strong one, I think. I was worried that we're gonna start doing too much of like the main like conflict, doing damage control, but no, not that much in it. It's more focused again on Kamala, and she has a crush in this episode, and I think that's what makes it so good.
Hmm.
Is that's the focus.
Right.
It's just focus on her, coming to terms with her powers. Focus more on her family again is a positive for me. I think it's more important to get the character of Kamala right rather than just show her be Miss Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I like in this one, you got to have that little mystery, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So the mystery of the bangle is still keeping me going because I want to know. And at the end of this episode, we get more clues and all that stuff. But I thought it was another strong episode like the pilot. And so if they keep this going like this has a chance to be like right there with WandaVision for me as my favorite MCU show.
Okay. All right.
I could not agree with Eric more.
Oh.
I'm gonna jump in with my thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, Miss Marvel episode 2. I, much like also Eric, was a little bit worried that they were gonna jump straight into damage control stuff like pretty early and kind of go that route. Very thankfully and luckily for us, it's not, because I think the best part of the show is everything that is the teen girl drama, and in the spectrum that is like teen girl drama versus superhero stuff, it's like 60-40 teen girl stuff and then 40% superhero stuff, which I think really works for the show. And this is like when I'm watching it, I'm having so much fun. I think when I finish an episode, it's the first time I'm thinking this feels like actual Marvel TV for the first time since WandaVision. The other ones just feel like a lot longer. Like here are the
movie.
cuts of this 4-hour thing. We'll just stop it here every week. This feels like more like a pace of television, and like I don't know, which is refreshing. Like this, they're finally they got a show that's nailing it again. So that's very good for me. But yeah, I think it's a very strong show, and there's a lot of stuff that I really want to talk about that I think really fits into what makes Kamala Khan and her supporting cast so strong and like very cool, interesting characters in the MCU. And it's not the superhero stuff; it's the stuff that has to do with race and the matriarchy and just teen girl stuff. Period.
Yeah. I also have to agree with Eric. I thought this episode was a really strong episode. yeah, the Marvelous Daddy. I think this was a really strong episode. I am kind of glad, like you guys have said, that they didn't automatically throw us into the damage control stuff. However, I am expecting it to happen pretty soon. Maybe episode 4. This is 8 episodes, right? 9?
6.
6. Yeah.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. Okay. Why did I think it was 9?
Because She-Hulk is 9.
Okay.
She-Hulk is 10.
No,
is 10.
She-Hulk is 9. They pushed it down to 9. Anyway, sorry. That's besides the point. So I'm expecting that pretty soon to happen. I wouldn't mind if they did a damage control TV show.
They wanted to.
Yeah.
They actually had a damage control TV show, but it never picked up.
Yeah. So let's hope we get this guy, Agent Cleary. I don't know. I think he could do a really good job.
That though.
We don't need
Yeah.
it. I feel like, okay, let me rephrase. We should have a damage control TV show after every big battle. How about that? 6 episodes of them just cleaning up the shit.
I don't know. Just
Okay.
make, if you can do that, make like a fun YouTube short that's like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You know,
That works too.
I wouldn't want a whole 6
Yeah, I
hours
could
of this.
like how like they do the assembled show, maybe like after every movie, have like
Hmm.
maybe a 6-7 minute short after it. I could see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so maybe one of the what's the one shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
one shot would be
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Okay. All right. But other than that, I am liking the. I did have one problem with this episode, the fact that we had a moment with her and her friend. I'm blanking out.
Bruno.
Nakia. Sorry,
Bruno.
Nakima.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
Bruno.
Bruno.
They had a moment where they were about to kiss in the first episode, and she
Uh-huh.
just throws that out the fucking window with this new guy, which I'm like, come on. We all saw that there was a
She's
moment
a,
there,
she's a teenage girl,
She's a
man.
teen girl,
I,
man.
I
Yeah.
understand.
It's
I
a
understand.
shirtless dude with a car,
I understand. I completely
which that
understand.
dude
He's
was
like the hot
huge.
new boy.
That's a skinny as fuck dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Um
He came out of the pool. I'm like, where's the rest of them?
it's down on the bottom of the pool, Eric. Yeah, I thought this was really strong. I am excited to see where episode 3 goes with that ending that we got. I did watch a Screen Crush episode a Screen Crush video yesterday about all the Easter. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
What is Screen Crush?
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay, I didn't know what you say.
Okay.
Screen Crush, like I'm supposed to know
My
what it is.
apologies. My apologies.
You don't know?
It's a very big channel. I just assumed you knew. He deep dives into a bunch of stuff. Gives you all the Easter eggs. I wasn't sure.
The
I did.
only movie show I watch, Ruben, is Large Popcorn. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Oh, this guy, you're making me blush.
Yeah, but this isn't a movie show.
Jurassic World Dominion pod dropping tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have to watch that.
It was a fun
I'm
episode.
so sad I haven't had a chance to go see it yet.
Oh dang.
I'll probably watch it when it comes to VOD.
It's a dinosaur thing. I haven't seen it yet. It makes me sad.
I've heard it's a really bad dinosaur thing.
I don't care.
It's not even a dinosaur thing.
I don't even care. I just need to see dinosaurs. That's all.
Okay, fair enough.
I would have loved to see dinosaurs too.
I'm hopeful that this could be the next big Marvel show that actually makes a good show, if that makes sense. But I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, so I'm gonna temper my expectations.
Just enjoy it.
Well, Ruben. According to fandom, this dropped today. Miss Marvel had the lowest viewership in the first 5 days of any MCU series on Disney Plus so far, as 775,000 U.S. households per Samba TV. However, it reportedly has a higher rate of younger viewers and Black, Hispanic, and Asian households than any other MCU show.
Okay, good. Finally
I
getting some
agree.
representation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But for me, it's not even the viewership. I don't really care about the viewership. Like, I'm going to be watching these shows.
Right. But investors will. Right. And
right.
But we knew going into this is going to be bad because it was going up against Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how good the Marvel show is. You're going against something people have waited for years and years and years. That was its first problem. It was going against Kenobi. And also, you got incel boys on the internet. Wah.
And that's the thing. I think Eric, you're spot on, as always. That's exactly, I think, what I was thinking about earlier is like, why would this viewership be so low? I think exactly that Disney is saturating its market with other shows that people are probably more interested in, that they're want right now. Obi-Wan, right? That's ramping up to its finale. And then, of course, Miss Marvel getting tons of hate online because it's about a girl that's a person of color. And it's not, quote unquote, like universe building, whatever, with this story. It's like, oh, it's just a girl being a girl. Like, that's what makes this show so good.
Yeah.
That's the strongest.
Let's get into the episode. Do we want to do that? I dropped the ball today, guys. I'm sorry.
I just think that it's just tough. Like, it's gonna be fine. Like, Marvel and Disney has seen, like, critically, people love this freaking show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think, like we mentioned earlier, there hasn't been as much critical reception to a show as WandaVision.
Yeah.
I think this is like the highest now, or
It is.
close to.
It's really good because I'm telling Tessa and we're watching. I'm like, this is just Spider-Man: Homecoming, but like from different.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I like it so much.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the
in that
vibes
one,
I'm getting.
when Peter was just worried about getting a date to prom or whatever it was, and then she just wants to get into car with the cute boy.
Homecoming. It was Homecoming.
Oh, got me.
Boy.
Absolutely done me. But yeah, I think
Take off that shirt.
Huh?
Take off that shirt. I'm kidding. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
So, but yeah, I think that focus is great because I think each Marvel show, so far has, like, there's one thing that's really good in it. So like WandaVision, Wanda and Vision together, Falcon Winter Soldier. It was the racial themes and themes of race in Falcon Winter Soldier. Loki, it was the crazy time travel-y stuff, and this one is teenage girl.
Yeah.
Just trying to live her life. I think it was really good. I think one of the best reviews I've seen on the show, the headline was showing Miss Marvel has shown being a Muslim is ordinary, and that's what's so extraordinary about it. Like, it's like I really like it. Like, it's so fun just like seeing, a different culture. Like, it's great.
When is the last time a show or a movie has shown the inside of a mosque? You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
want to say the Hulu show is the last one I've seen. I forget what it's called. Fuck. I'm dropping the ball on this.
Hulu show?
Yeah.
What Hulu show?
Give me a sec. Hold on.
What's it about?
There are so many Hulu shows.
Rami.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, we have Ryan here that says, I will be honest, I didn't watch until last night because the trailer was very weak, but after watching, it is a fantastic show and a breath of fresh air for the MCU.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm also going to say that, I was on record saying, like, I really hope that this stupid text message comic book thing didn't get in the way. And it hasn't. It hasn't, and I'm very excited that it hasn't. What?
Like, you didn't like it when the boy went off in the car and you see the heart right behind her?
No, you see, in the trailer, I thought that it was going to be, like, very kind of annoying. Like, it felt like it was going to be annoying, but I'm glad that it isn't.
Classic Ruben L.
All right, I'm just going to turn off the camera then. I'm sorry.
Take this ratio, Ruben.
I'm sorry.
You really are the George Costanza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I take it.
Yeah, without the crazy, creepy vibes, so you're good.
Yeah.
There's crazy, creepy vibes?
Yes.
Ruben,
Yeah.
we don't have...
The man's a pervert.
We don't have the time.
That's neither here nor there. Let's get into
right.
the episode. Okay? Kamala begins training to control her powers with Corelli, with the latter deducing that the bangle activated Kamala's superpowers, which is a great montage that we kind of got. Like, it's been a while since we've got it. I think the last time I've seen a montage like this was somebody pointed out Shazam, which I had kind of Shazam vibes in the beginning of the movie. Yeah, really fun. Kamala, yes, Eric.
I will say the show has given me something I really did not appreciate.
What?
When they were doing the training and they do the Hawkeye Black
Yeah,
Widow.
yeah.
I was not a fan of that. I look at Tess, I'm like, I can't believe they just did that to me.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Oh, come on. That was so good.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
It was good, but also like,
because obviously I know it was
like
a joke.
5 feet away.
She was not going to actually fall to her death. She was got to be like 3 feet from the floor.
Yeah.
Did not like it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But, I mean, it didn't last long on it,
Yeah.
which is fine. Kamala, Bruno, and Nakia attend a party organized by
Yes.
Zimmer. I hate that the freaking Wikipedia uses... What's the girl's name?
Zoe.
Zoe. There you go. Where they meet the new senior, Kamran. Kamala befriends Kamran, but Bruno becomes frustrated when she chooses to spend time with Kamran instead of training. I do
Dude.
like the scene with them getting like food after their driving course, like training.
Yeah.
That I thought that was really funny when her brother comes in and he puts on a different accent. Like, why are you using an English accent? And he just flips really quickly. It was really funny. I liked it a lot.
Nice Eternals reference too.
Oh yeah, Kingo.
Yeah.
Oh, Kingo.
Yeah, really funny. Really funny.
Holy
Actually,
cow. Hey.
there's a lot of stuff in here that like the summary like the nuance in between that I really want to touch on.
Yeah.
That we talked about at the top of the show with our thoughts is that again the show is concerning itself with teen drama. Like we got the montage, but there's a point where like Kamala doesn't want to train anymore
Yeah.
because she wants to be spending time with Kamran because obviously she has a crush on him. There's episode is called Crush, right? So, but like the beginning is so good because like there's gonna be this party. And Kamala has like a little like reconcile with her mom, right? They meet each other in the middle. She's gonna be home by 9:30. She's going with people she knows, right? And then she's there, and like, it's so refreshing for it to like a Disney show to be like there's underage drinking going on, right? Like there was vodka in the orange juice, and then Kamala, it's like her first drink, and she goes, "Am I drunk?" Like those kinds of things are like so sweet and funny for like the show to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. I did also shout out to her freaking hat that she was wearing at the party. Great hat. I have 2 of those hats. It's my favorite type of hat. Just shout out to those hats. The camper hat. Yeah. Sorry, that was very weird, but I have to run stuff out. After seeing a vision of a mysterious woman, Kamala asks her grandmother Sana and Muniba about Kamala's great grandmother Aisha, the original owner of the bangle, but both dismiss her. And shout out to what was it? Ice cream pizza?
Oh, at the end.
Not at the end where she's saving the boy and she's like try to think of something
Yeah,
to
like the
distract
end?
it.
Like the last 5 minutes.
That wasn't the last 5 minutes.
Yes, it was.
Really? It didn't feel like it. Okay, my apologies, Christian. My apologies. Then I guess, yeah, the last 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, you're right. It definitely was the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Sorry. I thought that was really, really clever the way that they decided to set up the platforming stuff that they were working on before. She drops the ball, obviously, when she gets the vision, but like she manages to eventually save the kid, which is great. But also, like, fucking arrest these kids' parents. What the fuck was he doing up there in the bell tower?
I don't know if I would go so far as negligence.
That's negligence, my friend, if I've ever heard of it. Am I wrong? Would your mother let you get up on top of a bell tower?
Well, if your kid like ran away in the middle of a festival, I wouldn't consider that negligence. I'm not a judge, so I don't know. If I were in the jury, I would not be voting guilty against these parents.
Interesting. Okay.
But you're on something there, real quick. What you brought it up is that's another reason why I enjoyed this episode is that it wasn't like a perfect we saved him and like everything is good. No, like that whole scene was messy.
Yeah.
Because Kamala was equally as scared, and you can tell when she's talking him down to like comfort him, she's doing it to comfort herself.
Yeah.
And then like she gets that vision, right? And she fails and she tries to catch him with the stretchy hand that's actually light. And that fails, and then she has to make platforms, and then he still falls down, hits the car, and injures his ankle. Like it was not a clean, it was a very messy save. And she has to run away from damage control. Like it's so strong.
Yeah.
It's her first time doing something like this.
Eric, were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just nodding head and agreeing.
Okay, all right. Well, just figured I'd ask. After, oh, sorry. Where am I? Yusef says young Sana lost her way during the partition of India, but was able to find her father almost mysteriously. After questioning Zoe about her savior at AvengerCon, Cleary and Deaver order a sweep of the tri-state area, which I felt like this whole questioning thing was a little like, all right, you're grasping at fucking straws here. You know, first off, where's this kid's fucking parents? She attorney? You know, you can't. If I remember correctly, according to the United States Constitution, you cannot interrogate a minor like this. So interesting, but I guess damage control is above the law. You know, targeting South Asian communities. At an Eid celebration, a young boy slips from a balcony and almost falls before Kamala saves him with her powers. Kamala is then chased by the Department of Damage Control agents led by Deaver, but is saved by Kamran, who introduces her to his mother, which apparently the lady in the vision that she has is the same lady in the car.
Yes, it appears that way.
Okay. I didn't catch that the first time, which is interesting. Christian, you look like you have something to say.
I'm trying to formulate my thoughts. There was something really interesting the way this show used that moment of racial profiling that I've been kind of thinking about, because they're setting up damage control. I forget the agent's name, not the male, the female. Deaver. They're setting her up as like this like really antagonist figure, and the way it's done is through like a microaggression that I actually really enjoyed. And it's when she said, I'm gonna butcher the actual line, but it's like, Latina. Oh, I'm sorry, we're supposed to say Latinx right now, right?
Butcher it at all.
And like, that is something you see on Twitter all the time by people who are like trying to like make fun of like those kinds of uses. And again, when the origins of Kamala Khan in the comics centers around like a lot of racial themes, having this be a part of that, and not even like focused on like South Asian, but like also including other types of stigmas like with Latinx. Strong writing, like that stuff is what makes this show so strong for me. I'm going to be using that a lot today. There's also something else I want to touch on, but I'll save that for a little bit later.
Okay. Eric, anything to say?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay.
Right now.
There were a couple things that I wanted to touch on. I did appreciate that they are, like we said in the beginning of the show, they're incorporating the religion aspect of Kamala. Obviously, we see a couple of scenes at the mosque. Well, just the one scene at the mosque where they are talking about the partition in the mosque. Like it looks like shit, so to speak. And she gets questioned by the religious figure, and he's just like, well, it's for modesty and all that stuff. It's weird that this doesn't also have this in here, but I am interested in the side story that they have with Nakia.
Thank you.
I do like that she's being incorporated into the story. Like
Yes.
Again, it's part of Kamala's culture, so I do appreciate that a lot. I did not realize that they were cousins, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. And I also like that Nakia decides to like strong arm her dad into
uncle.
Sorry,
Kamala's
dad into like giving her the vote, which is real fun.
Yeah, I agree. Also, you just reminded me. I should probably check pronunciation of. I think it is Nakia.
I think it's
I think you're right.
yeah. I think it is
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
So thank you for that.
No problem.
Dude, yeah, I'm so happy you brought this up because this is one of the things that I think makes Miss Marvel like feel like a TV show is that we are getting these engaging subplots happening with the supporting cast to make it feel like this is just as important as everything that's happening with Kamala. It has that equal weight because it's getting attention and time. And Nakia getting like because obviously like a show about a woman superhero is going to lean into like themes of matriarchy, right? These strong feminine figures. So to include
Sorry.
Nakia in it as well. What's that?
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yeah. So including her, for her to like have this long conversation with Kamala in the bathroom, one about like when I put this on, this is where I feel like me, because I'm too white for some people, I'm too Indian for others, right? Like this like trouble with identity.
Yeah.
Again, fantastic. But then having it, focus her on like wanting to be running for a governmental body within the mosque and improve the women's section because like they spend time like this is why this section sucks for us and we want this to be better.
Yep.
It's such cool stuff. And yeah, like Ruben said, I'm 1,000% invested in this sub story just as much as Kamala's.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Especially something because that's why it's working. He's just showing her normal life, and that's why I think these first two episodes are so strong. Like, there's barely any superhero stuff in it, and I think that's where it's its strongest. Because like
Yeah.
the biggest thing is just saving a kid from a tower. It's not like this we talked about earlier. It's not like this big world-ending event. It's just being a friendly neighborhood Miss Marvel.
Hell yeah.
So. It's crazy that Super Lucky's Tale is now MCU canon. So we got some Xbox Game Pass.
Did I
content
miss
with
did I miss that? Was that somewhere in the TV
Yeah,
show?
yeah, he was. I think either Bruno was playing it on like his mobile
Ryan.
device, and Kamala saw it, and that's how she made like the little platforms.
Oh,
So,
that's so funny. I
so,
missed that for whatever reason.
so Phil Spencer probably getting that money.
Hell yeah.
Marvel right now. Um,
There's some
yeah.
there's some other
Uh,
stuff too that I wrote down in my notes here, and I was thinking about like Turning Red.
uh-huh.
Um, there's one scene in Turning Red. I don't know if you've seen it, and I guess
Yeah.
I'll explain it without spoiling it, just for people who haven't maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Where it feels like it's a metaphor for girls who are like going through puberty, right, and having like encountering the menstrual cycle, right.
Yeah.
And in this movie, like this TV show, we can use like the metaphor of like the spots on her nose, maybe like, zits. I'm a young girl, like maybe like having to cover up a zit or worried about it, right? But then
Yeah.
like going to the bathroom and then her friend being like, are you on your period?
Yeah.
And having those like open conversations about that and just mentioning it, just like saying the word period, like I don't know, goes a long way for me again, just to really enforce like the matriarchal themes.
Thank you.
Good shit.
That's also something I wanted to talk about. I did like the whole that aspect of the show because it's showing off like, yeah, this show is about females and it's I'm sure you have already touched on it. We have Ro in the chat saying, guess what website was clowning on that scene in particular, Christian? Twitter.
I don't even want to know. Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're wrong.
I thought
As
it
always.
was well done in his
What
opinion.
scene? What scene are we talking about?
I think it was the. Ooh, that's a very good question. I don't even remember. Ro, could you let us know what scene in the chat? Ro also asks, do we want superhero stories that don't focus much on superheroes? I would say yeah.
Apparently, I do.
Yeah, pretty much.
When it makes sense.
Yeah, don't give us a Spider-Man show that doesn't really focus, like doesn't have any aspect of Spider-Man at all. I guess, never mind. I could see me watching a Peter Parker
I
TV
mean,
show.
you say that, but like Spider-Man 2 revolves entirely about him wanting to be Peter Parker and going to restaurants
One of
and
the
the
best,
opera.
one of the best movies.
Or the play, not the opera. I will say this as well,
Yes, go ahead.
because I was over here praising Nakia's subplot as well. Bruno having his own, I think, also really works for me because that adds extra tension between her and Kamala. Like, he got accepted into Caltech, and like he will be leaving to California. We'll be away from Kamala, the person
Next
that he like
semester.
has probably loved for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's been helping her become this new superhero, right? And like he probably doesn't want to leave her.
It's not even
And so they're
that. It's the fact that he is so intertwined with her family. Like,
yeah.
yeah, like if I remember correctly, he has no family. So,
Yep.
like, they invited him to eat, which is crazy. They give him food when he pops up out of nowhere to take home, and it looked like a shit ton of food last episode.
I just remembered something that we didn't talk last episode. Does Kamala's mother have some kind of power that was implied? Because she packages the food very quickly. It takes her a few seconds, like 10 seconds, for her to come back with all this food. And it's almost implied, but I could just be dumb because Bruno's like, wow, you did that like really fast.
I think that was just a mom joke. Like, she had it already prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could just be me.
I would prefer if it was that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other thing.
I also, it looks like she knows more about her great grandmother than she's letting on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Also, Ro says that he was talking about the Latina/Latinx scene.
Oh, I did see that tweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
From that guy who is like very like, I know who you're talking about. That person who was talking about it sucks. Is a terrible person.
Yeah.
Okay, so can y'all explain that again to me? Because I kind of like zoned out when I was watching that part of the episode, and unfortunately, I kind of zoned out when you guys were talking about it because I didn't really watch it. Can you explain to me why that scene is so
What's
Well,
the
the,
Latinx scene?
so basically, she is implying, assuming that it was a female that was helping her out, that
Okay.
saved her.
Okay.
And, in this day and age, try not to assume people's gender.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
What? What? The Latin X/Latina thing. Am I
Yes.
wrong? Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, there's more layers to it.
There
than that,
is, but
yes.
that's the basic necessities of what.
Yeah.
we said.
1000%. Sure. Yeah. I confused myself for a second.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I also kind of wanted to touch on Bruno being accepted into Caltech. I mean, we kind of already dived deep into it, but it's interesting. What do we think he's gonna do? Do we think he's gonna just take the scholarship / whatever it's called, or do you think he's gonna stay?
I'm
by
pretty
our side?
sure by the. Oh, Eric, please.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he is because I think there's gonna be like a little fracture between him and Kamala.
Yeah.
Towards the end, and he's just gonna go off to Caltech or whatever it is. Also, love the fact that they reference Devil Wears Prada. And that's
Oh yeah.
absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Good job, writers.
What was the reference?
Come on, man.
What was the reference? I don't fucking know.
The principal. Have you seen movies? Yeah, I've seen movies. I think he references Star Wars first. Was
Yeah.
it maybe? And then
Star
after
Wars.
that, and then he like references the plot of Devil Wears Prada, and then calls himself Meryl Streep.
Okay. All right. I guess I haven't seen Devil's Wears Prada. Gosh, sorry.
You should watch it. Good movie.
Okay. That's all I got. Christian, do you think he's
What?
gonna accept? the
Yeah,
thing?
1000%. Yeah. These kinds of stories, I think, need happy endings and for characters to like reach their full potential. When everything is like surrounding Nakia reaching her full potential with what we know of her plot, with obviously Kamala reaching her potential with becoming Miss Marvel, I think it only makes sense for Bruno to reach his potential. And I mean, he has a gift. He should go use that gift. And I think he'll be happy. He'll have to accept that he has to go live his own life as well, and he'll be going off as
So this is a 6-episode series. Obviously, this has to tie into the Marvels. So what I'm thinking is, go ahead, Eric.
Does it?
I think it does.
Why?
I don't think it does.
It just
I think,
makes.
I think this show is mainly just focusing on Kamala Khan.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Like,
So yeah, in that case, yeah, I think he would have to go. I don't see the rift that Christian sees. That I believe it was Christian that said that these characters have to. No, it was Eric that said it.
Eric.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
I don't think so. I think now that she is finding out that Kamran is not really into her, it's just more that he knows that he has powers. I think she's gonna like
But
give
Bruno's already showing like his jealousy.
right,
You know?
but I'm saying I think she's gonna like mention it to Bruno, like, oh, he's not really into me. He just knows that I have powers.
I don't know. Maybe like with this, Kamal's gonna be spending a lot more time with him to learn more
Mm-hmm.
about her family, and then Bruno's gonna see that as just spending a lot more time because the
Mm-hmm.
cracks are there, Ruben. Bruno should have just told her he loved her. Do you remember what it was like to be a teenager, Ruben? You don't know what to do with all those emotions.
I think he skipped and just went straight to.
I think Ruben was
Virgin.
born a 25-year-old man and just came out like, oh god, I'm already so freaking
86.
tired.
86.
Oh. Also, shout out to I hope I don't butcher this. Anjali Bumani, looking fine as always. Oh man, one of the aunties, Ruben.
Which auntie?
She's the one in the red, the one that voices Symmetra. Looking,
Oh, so that's where you got that crush.
looking good,
Mhm.
Ruben. She was looking good.
I'm gonna have
Oh,
to take your word for it.
also, shout out to Kamala's brother, who is so oblivious, but for his fiance, I think fiance,
Yeah.
girlfriend, fiance, for her to obviously see through that, like this is not
Yeah,
Kamala's cousin.
obviously. Oh man.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
the Bon Jovi stuff too. That was fun.
Yeah.
You give love a bad name is definitely better than living on a prayer. By the way, I'm stating that here.
I'll let you go out bad for Bon Jovi. Sure.
Okay. All right. With that
I'm not
being
gonna
said,
disagree with the daddy himself.
yeah. What do I want to say? The Bon Jovi daddy. Any final thoughts before we close out the show?
I hope they keep going like this. Like this is good setup, and focus on Kamala and her family and her friends. And I think you're gonna have a really good show here. Don't focus on too much world building. Just focus on these characters.
Okay. Just a heads up. We are officially 3 weeks away from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I have tickets to that. That's right.
Yeah, you do. I hope. Eric, you got tickets?
Do
to that?
you think? No, I mean, Ruben, I can't buy tickets anymore. I have to wait until I have babysitters and stuff. I don't have that luxury you have anymore. But
What? You can't buy tickets anymore. You can't just buy a ticket and
when am I gonna go, Ruben? I have to get.
you plan
babysitter
ahead.
first. I got to get babysitter first.
You can't plan
And
ahead.
then I buy tickets. Ruben, I'm in the process about having to move.
Yeah, this is true.
I've got
You're right.
time
You're
to
right.
think
You're
about
right. You're right. You're right. My apologies. My apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm oblivious.
You're coming off a little hot right now.
I apologize. I apologize. I
Cool off.
apologize.
Cool off.
I'm sorry. It's the movie goer in me.
It's the New Jersey.
Stop.
in you.
Why do you do this to me?
It's the New
You
Jersey
know
you're
there is
you're
no
watching
New
this
Jersey
show.
in me.
You-
It's
you're-
pure
you're
New
watching
York.
the show and you're like, this is home. This is what home is. Like, oh look, it's that street where I got that pizza. That's you. It's like, oh look at this. This is Jersey, the greatest state in the country.
It's just not
The
true.
Garden State.
It's just not true. It's just not true. Besides
one.
the Garden State, it is true. But like other than that, it's just not true.
There are a lot of gardens up there.
I couldn't tell you. I don't leave
Why are
my
they called
house.
gardens? Do
Yeah, you
not-
would know. It's your hometown.
Stop. We're
You
not
could
doing
probably
this.
drive through New
Okay.
Jersey.
All right. Having said that, it's time to ask Christian for his final thoughts.
Strong show. If it holds like this, could be my favorite Marvel show.
Okay.
I mean, it
Don't
might
put
be
your
now.
hopes-
I don't know.
Don't put your hopes up.
This
We
is.
say this with every Marvel show.
I know. Well,
Well, most of them.
I did not say this with What If, but
Nobody said
It's-
it. We wanted.
This is a very strong show. Like they nailed it, and it's precisely because they're not focusing on world building and all the superhero stuff and how it's tying into the MCU at large. It's just focusing on Kamala, not even Miss Marvel, Kamala being Kamala, and it's so good for it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm hoping that it continues to stay small. Some might say a neighborhood show, friendly neighborhood show. But yeah, I'm hopeful. But like I said, I don't want to put my hopes up. Don't want to put my hopes up. So, with that being said, it's time for plugs. Eric, where can people find you?
You can find me at Eric C. Ginn on Twitter. That's about really it. I got changing careers and
Exciting
going to.
stuff.
Oh my god! I just saw the sad news. Apparently, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4
Yep.
remasters were in the works, Ruben, but they were scrapped after Vicarious Visions were merged into Blizzard.
I thought you were going to tell me Tony Hawk died. Jesus
No.
Christ.
This is
I
sad.
would have preferred Thug 1 and 2. Like the Wasteland.
My man.
Again,
My
I thought
man.
you were going to say I would have preferred Tony Hawk dying to this news.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But no.
Whew.
Yeah. That we got. I'm a little sad. I don't know if you guys saw the news about Spider-Man Lotus.
I don't know what Lotus is, but I did see the pictures of the
What's the
thread.
What?
Look it up yourself, man. It's terrible.
It was not good. I was really excited for this because obviously, it looked like a really good fan film, and I was gonna I was actually about to put money towards it because I knew it was gonna be close because they showed like their version of Green Goblin. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. But then I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
that's not good.
no.
What the
But
fuck is this Tom
obviously,
Holland look
Twitter
like?
Twitter has taken it to like a new level, which is making it even funnier. So you gotta love Twitter in some regard. But yeah, that's all I got going on. I don't really have a lot. No.
Okay. Christian, where could people find you?
Yes. Follow me at ISO Christian and keep up with all the videos I've been doing lately. Large Popcorn Movie Podcast, Jurassic World Dominion Pod dropping tomorrow, PXN every Wednesday. And then for this channel, I'm working on the next video essay, and I have a co-writer this time. We're working on it together.
Ooh.
TBD on when that's coming, but it's looking pretty good.
Okay. Sorry. That was a really bad burp. I apologize for that. All right. For me, you could find me here. Like I said, on Wednesday, we'll be talking all about episode 5 and 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm excited for that. Like I said, Hugo, big fan. I've heard good things. Let's.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I've heard things that he's okay. But we can have. We are having a couple of other things coming up on the show later in the next couple weeks. We have our Lightyear review, which is happening next week, which I'm excited about. We are also having a... Fuck, what's it called? Give me 1 second. Oh my god, what is it called? Oh. I'm blanking. I'm sorry. Oof. This is really bad content. I apologize. Horrendously. That DC show on fucking HBO. What is it called, Eric?
There's so many.
The one good one.
Young Justice.
There you go. Young Justice Phantoms review is coming up later this month. Well, probably earlier next month, July, probably. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for that. And I guess that's it, guys. Until next conquest. Excelsior.
Excelsior.